Welcome back to Tales from the Swing Side.
Tales from the Swing Side.
God.
Okay.
I'm gonna die. Okay, so, yeah, you found an interesting conversational point for today.
Yeah.
And it was kind of just covering fantasies. And there have been a lot of studies, and it seems like the main fantasy is group sex, which, big shock.
Yeah. Yeah, this was done like over 7,000 people.
Yes.
I'll pop up that map. They had a word map, of like fantasies and stuff, and like the top ones were all. It was all group sex. I think threesomes was number one.
Well, yeah, and it was those older words, threesomes and
orgy, gangbang.
And then it moved into cuckold and stuff like that.
Yes.
Yeah. Which makes sense, because on all fronts, honestly. As far as like the older terminology, it makes sense because, it's just what we've heard the most.
Yeah.
And then, I kind of had all the same thoughts about why group sex would make sense as that main fantasy.
Yeah.
But what I liked was that this study actually went into discovering, what applies to us, is that more than half of those people that were in relationships, their fantasies about group sex still include their partner.
Yeah, 58%. Well, 58% of all people in general fantasize about group sex.
Yes.
And I think they said 90% the fantasies include their mate.
Yeah, which I think because I think the assumption from people that, that fluff off assumption, and also that same assumption about people in the lifestyle, is that it's all about going outside of what you have, and you're not satisfied with what you have. But if your fantasy is still including your partner, then I think that really forces you to open up your perspective and see that it's not about replacing your partner. It's not about not being satisfied with your partner. In fact, it's quite the opposite. It's about that sexual adventure together.
Yeah, this thing actually called it a team fantasy. Like, you end up having this fantasy as a couple.
Yes, and we do that a lot.
Yes, yeah.
And yeah, there is, like, for the woman, and that was another thing that we covered when we talked about, like, hot wifing. With group sex, I know from the female perspective, but I think from all perspectives, correct me if I'm wrong, there's something it really does pump up your feelings of validation, of being desired, of being sexy.
Absolutely.
And there's just something about, like, that attention, even if you're not a person who wants to be the center of attention, you do, I think in general, most people appreciate being seen as attractive.
You feed off of that, absolutely.
Yeah. And being desired. And if the moment is chosen by you to be that center of attention, it can really be fun.
Well, that's what they say, that, group sex really checks all the boxes.
Yes.
As far as, first of all, it's something unique, it's different, the novelty effect.
Your positions definitely change.
You bring somebody in that's different. It's a splash of new variety, whatever you want to call it.
It excites things.
Yeah, and also, obviously, I know that you love this, is being the center of attention and being in charge.
Yeah.
And it does that too, and being desired by multiple people. What's not to love there?
Yeah, and when doing it with your partner, it really does. Because you go on all kinds of regular adventures together. You go out, you try new things, you travel, all these everything else you can think of, you do with your partner, or you desire to do with your partner. So why wouldn't you want to do a sexual adventure with your partner?
Exactly. Yeah.
I think it definitely checks all the boxes.
Yeah, that's what I kind of found interesting in the whole thing with the, dreams and stuff. And we're big on, we both have had explicit dreams that we've shared with each other and everything, and
Usually that leads to explicit reality.
yeah, exactly.
And that's the other thing. I mean, like, I think, excuse me, I'm getting a cold. Of course I am. But the one thing that they mentioned, just kind of in passing when they were going through this, and that's another thing to bring up, is that when people fantasize, because, girls talk, and I think guys talk too. You talk about like who you fantasize about and stuff like that,
Yeah.
And when your mate is still in it, it takes that guilt away. Also, because it's not about cheating on who you're with; it's about exploring and doing more with who you're with.
Yeah, it does. It removes the guilt, and I kind of found it interesting in this report too that not just fantasies. I mean, as far as I go, when I have a naughty dream, I can't think of the last time that it didn't include you. I mean, it's always includes you, and even to go a step further when it's okay. My tell-all side of me is going to say that I still delve into porn once in a while. Not as much as I used to, but I still do. But when I do, I have to find a porn that has a woman that has resemblances towards you. Physically, looks-wise, everything. That's the only way I can really watch porn, because I'm actually I'm picturing you in that moment. So...
And then we're discussing how we can make it happen.
Yeah. But yeah, when I'm trying to find something to watch, it could take a long while till I find something that hits, and I'm like, oh, okay. So I've literally went through tons and tons of movies trying to find women that resemble you enough that it will excite me. so it's kind of strange, but.
No, it's not. I don't think it's strange, because that's the thing. We're not in an unhappy sexual relationship.
No.
And so if we are itching and the other one's not around, we still want that person around.
Yeah.
I'm not looking for something like, I don't want to go outside of you unless I'm with you doing that.
Yeah.
And so it makes sense with the vice versa. I mean, if you're gonna fantasize, we're still together in it.
Yeah. True. But yeah, I found that kind of interesting, and I'm like, yeah, that's dead on, because that's exactly the way I am.
Yeah, I did. It's nice to actually see, as for one, a population pool of over 7,000.
Yeah.
Because so often, that's the thing about statistics, okay? From someone who studied psychological statistics. The problem with statistics is how easily they're manipulated. And if your population sampling is small, you can sway the statistical data really easily.
Yes.
And seeing a larger population sampling really does sort of back up the information that you're sharing. If the population sampling pool is 100 or less, I mean, it's very easily swayed. When you get up into over 7,000, you're seeing more of a reflection of the general population.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, because if you're pulling from a small group, like especially if you're pulling from a group that's only swingers or something like that, yeah, you're going to get skewed numbers.
Right. And the smaller your sample, the more likely you are to skew the number. So it was really nice to see a larger sample taken. Like that's actually one of the largest samples I've seen taken. So I really appreciated that information.
Yeah.
I'm not one to share a lot of statistics, because the joke about 98% of statistics are made up on the spot really, unfortunately, is true sometimes.
Yeah. You can skew them to your advantage, whatever.
You can. Especially, like I said, studying psychological statistics, you really do see how easily malleable they are.
Yeah.
So finding, like I said, that larger population sample really does lend to a more reliable data. Not to sound like a complete nerd for about like 3 minutes there, but I did.
Well, just going off on a side topic, we're driving right now, and I don't know if you realized or if you even realized at all that I was going the completely wrong direction because we're talking about sex. I got thrown off, and we are not going anywhere near our destination. We're going the opposite direction, so I just had to U-turn.
I was just kind of along for the ride, to be honest. It's like, sunrise, it's beautiful outside.
I know, I just kind of thought, where am I going?
That's hilarious.
So, yeah, we're going the wrong way.
Oh, well.
But that's okay.
We were distracted.
Yeah. But, when we're up at before 7 in the morning and we're talking about sex,
it's going to be a good day.
Yeah. We might not stay on track a lot, but
that's okay. But yeah, no, I found that really interesting. I mean, it's funny because it's still treated so taboo.
Yeah.
Although, that's where most of our minds go.
Well, that's the other thing too. It's still, that's the other thing that makes it a fantasy too. Is, that it is still,
taboo.
It's taboo.
Right.
It's taboo to admit to anybody that you like group sex. And it's like, but everybody thinks about it.
Right.
That's the kind of thing, and it also brought up an interesting thing that you can kind of live out these fantasies without actually having sex with strangers. You can role play, stuff like that, which we don't do that because we do the real thing, but I mean it can be done. You can pretend you're somebody else or whatever. It's I've never been big on that, but you can do that. You can get away with it.
Yeah. I mean,
the funny thing too, this study brought up celebrities.
Oh yeah, the top celebrities. That's right.
Top three. Do you remember the top three?
The top three for men was Channing Tatum, Ryan Gosling, and Adam Levine.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were the top three men that women fantasized about. Is celebrities, because they always, when the celebrities come up, it just becomes funny, to find out. And then the top three women were Scarlett Johansson, Jennifer Lawrence?
Jennifer Lawrence.
God, I love Jennifer Lawrence.
She was number 3. Jennifer Aniston was number 2.
And Jennifer Aniston was number 2. That's right.
It's a big thing for Jennifer's. Yeah.
I absolutely adore Jennifer Lawrence. I think, aside from the fact that she's just beautiful, she's so real. Like, I appreciate those moments where you see her do something that's just really clumsy or silly or goofy, and that look on her face, because it's so very genuine, and I relate to that so real. You can only have so many boxes ticked off. I can't be cute and funny and intelligent and graceful. You're just gonna have to give up on one.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not super familiar with her, but yeah, I don't know. And same with Scarlett Johansson. I'm not really familiar with her much.
See, and they're both just absolutely beautiful. Scarlett Johansson, she always seems like she has just one of those like light up a room personalities, and to me anyway.
Yeah.
But I think my girl crush is definitely solidly a Jennifer Lawrence one, just because like the moments that she like, and it always goes viral. Because she's the one that has these very real moments. Like, she's the one that's in this big, glorious dress and then trips upstairs trying to get on the stage.
Yeah.
Or something, Or they'll catch her with something. She'll be like, wait, where am I supposed to be looking? And she'll just be so honest and real and raw. And I relate to that very hard.
Yeah.
She really... I just think she'd be a fun person to be around because she is still pretty honest.
Yeah. So we never really talked much about. We never really delved into celebrity things because, I mean, that's obviously a safe place to go too. If you're talking fantasies with your mate, you talk about somebody that's not doable,
and that's probably why that came up in this study, is because that's like the first place you go when you fantasize outside of just your mate.
Yeah,
you go to something that's not.
If you say
realistic.
if I had a pass,
Yes, if I had
you
a
know,
pass.
it's gonna throw up
whatever.
a celebrity up there. It's like, okay.
Which with you and I, it's very different because it's more like, let's go fishing.
Yeah. We say if we had a pass when we bring up people that we know.
And we're like, hey, do you think we could swing that?
Yeah. So a little different, but yeah, for those in the vanilla world, celebrities are a safe place to go. Yeah.
And I think that's a safe place to start sharing like fantasies and stuff with your mate.
Yeah.
Is that kind of stuff. You know?
Yeah.
Like, especially like if you're talking to your guy and you want to kind of feel that out. I think it, to me, it always seems like a safe place to ask him, like to kind of chide him into, what chick do you find hot?
Yeah.
Like, be honest, be real, girls. Go in and ask him about a chick that you find hot. Don't just poke him to see what he's going to answer, because you're going to put him on the defensive.
Yeah.
Literally find a girl that you find attractive and then ask, and then show him.
Yeah.
Because if you don't go in honest, oh my God, he's going to sense it. You're going to make him so uncomfortable and so scared. Just don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Be real or not at all.
Yeah. And you bring up like, oh, well, that waitress kind of reminds me of Jennifer Lawrence or something like that,
Right, right. And I mean, it's funny too, because so many of your good guys are going to be so scared to go along with this, but
well, you got
to hold his hand to get him into it.
You don't want to answer it if you don't have that kind of relationship and something gets thrown in there. You get on the defense right away, like, oh, what info are you trying to squeeze out of me, or you're trying to back me into a corner or something like that.
Right. I think on either side, though, if you just comfortably, bring him over, like.
Well, because we've had waiters and stuff that I'm like, I know he's your type.
Oh my God, yes you have. That's
nailed you on the spot with it.
And then I'm really flustered because I'm like, I can't believe you just did that to me.
But I know you.
Yes, I know you know me, but it's very flustering sometimes.
I mean, I think you've done that to me too.
I have. But I'm a lot more. Well,
I'll just throw it right out there.
I will too, but usually at a sex club when I'm throwing her hoo-ha at you.
Yeah. That's never a bad thing either.
I'm like, here.
I mean, even though it's like, yes, you're always in my fantasies and stuff, but that doesn't mean that you don't want to try out something different.
Well, yeah.
And you're still including your partner in it, and that's the great thing. That's the freeing.
That's what makes it that joint sexual adventure.
Yes, exactly.
Because at the end of the day, I think you're still who holds all of my secrets, who holds all of my heart, and all of that deep, real stuff that you just don't go out there and give to the world.
Yeah.
This stuff. That's why the word play is used so much. Is because it's not that deeply, intimately personal stuff. It is play. It's you and I going out and finding something else to get into.
Yeah.
And I think when you're in a relationship where you can do that, it's really strong and a lot of fun.
Well, I kind of found it funny too with like, cause we were watching this video last night, and you got a call from a friend that is in a bad relationship, and you're like, just go out and go to a club and you can get good dick and you don't have any strings attached. And
well, because she was like, it got to the point where I'm bitching at her because it is a bad relationship, and she's like, but there's good sex, and I'm like, fuck that. I can get good sex any day of the week and go home and not have to have any toxicity follow me.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's when I was like, go to a club, and then she just paused and she's like, oh, that's right. You do know about that.
Yeah. Surprise.
I know. I'm like, girl, I can introduce you to sex that you don't even realize exists, okay?
Yeah. And you don't have to deal with any consequences afterwards.
And you don't have to have an asshole afterward. Yes.
No. Because even if the guy's an asshole, you're probably not going to see him again.
No, you can leave all the bullshit behind. It's great.
And just have good sex.
Yeah,
That's it.
you can go have the crazy sex that people always say crazy people are good at, but then you can leave the crazy behind.
Yeah, just have the crazy sex, but leave the crazy aftermath
Exactly.
behind.
Check that shit at the door.
Yeah. So,
It doesn't have to follow you home. It doesn't even have to know where your home is.
yeah, it doesn't even need to know where you live. Yeah, exactly.
Yes, exactly.
So, but yeah, I kind of found that as a funny tie-in there.
Yeah, no, it just kind of flew out of my mouth. It was funny. You were sitting there and you had that look like, did you just totally admit
I'm like,
that
did you just out yourself? And you're like, no, I just reminded her.
Yeah, exactly. I'd already outed myself to her. I just fucking reminded her.
Yeah. Shit happens.
Exactly. I don't know. I guess I'm a little more open about what's supposed to be so very taboo.
Well, and I think that's good. I mean, I kind of am too. I have a very small circle of friends. So, I'm not as open because I don't have as many outlets.
Yeah.
You have a little bit more outlets, and most of your outlets are no.
That's
I
true.
think, yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
And if they don't like no, they suspect no.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there's absolutely a way to bring these things up. Start out baby steps, and
Yeah.
one of these things was like, could you possibly tell your partner about your fantasies? And it's like, maybe. It depends on your relationship.
I think if it's a
because-
group fantasy that includes your partner, I
Yeah.
think that's a safe place to start.
Yeah, don't bring up a fantasy and leave your partner out of it.
Yeah. But
Don't
like,
be like, what my fantasy is to do your two friends, but
yeah, don't
I
start
don't want,
there.
I don't want you there, because
Yeah,
that would
no.
be weird.
I think
Don't
the
go there.
Yeah, I think the safest place to start is those group fantasies. Where like, so yeah, hey, I saw, in my dream last night, it was like you and Channing Tatum and Scarlett Johansson, and we had a big mesh.
Yeah,
That's a little safer place to
yeah,
start.
we had a really wild four-way. Yeah,
That kind of thing.
yeah, that's a safe route. It's definitely a safe route.
Yeah,
So-
see, it doesn't trigger any jealousy. I don't think.
No.
Hopefully, anyway. God.
No,
I
if
hope.
it does, then you probably want to leave all the other fantasies out and just keep it to yourself.
Yeah, you might want to just work on you two first.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's a personal thing, and I think everybody kind of can feel. I think you can kind of feel the potential as to whether or not this is something you could bring up or not.
Yeah, absolutely. And we brought it up from day one, so we're kind of a weird breed in ourselves.
I think, we went into our relationship with this look. We've been in boxes,
Yeah,
and we've been betrayed. We've been in boxes. We've been just unhappy, and we don't want to do that anymore. So we're just going to be like really honest and really open, and
yeah, 100% up front. And we both tell each other, what we like, what we would like to do, everything, and we make it happen.
oh yeah.
Because if you tell me you want to do something, I'm going to do my best to make it happen, for sure.
But we're that way about everything, I
Yeah.
think. And I think that's why it works, because we are just really open and comfortable with each other. Like, I'm more comfortable with you than anyone else. Like, I know that I can let out something, and it's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
You are my safe place.
Yeah. And you are mine. So,
Anyway, I think we're almost to our destination. And, I think we've discussed a good amount of this.
yeah, we got so much discussion that we were heading the wrong direction. We never just realized. And then I'm like, damn, where am I going?
Gonna miss your breakfast stop.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hope that helps you guys out. I found it enlightening and kind of relieving a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, if you have those thoughts, you're not alone. You're not weird.
Yeah.
You're not the minority.
No.
And it just proved that it's the majority has these fantasies. And, it probably is a little skewed too, because there's people probably that say, nope, I would never do that, or I've never thought of that actually in their back of their mind at some point we're like, that would be hot.
Yeah, that's true.
So, the percentage can always skew higher, I believe, than what they say.
I think so.
The 58% of all people, of that 7,000, 58%, men and women overall, have fantasized about group sex.
Yeah.
Not just any kind of weird fantasy at all, but group sex in particular.
Yes.
So.
But I mean that makes sense. Just historically, we've always been drawn to that.
Yeah.
I mean, the Romans, the bathhouses. I mean, come on, guys.
Yeah. But I mean, it does check all the boxes for
It
real.
does.
So yeah. Good stuff. Good times.
Yes.
I never had a bad group sex experience.
No, because even if there's one particular person that you're kind of like, I mean,
you got more.
Exactly. That's not the whole experience.
If you go to a buffet and
you don't particularly like
you
that
go to-
dish, you just don't go for more
you
of
go to
that
a
dish.
Thanksgiving dinner and you get get stuffing and mashed potatoes and turkey, and you got cranberry sauce in the corner, and you're not really digging the cranberry sauce. You can just let the cranberry sauce go.
Exactly.
The cranberry sauce will have fun on its own.
It will.
So yeah, I guess we can wrap it up.
Oh my gosh, you cracked me up. All right.
You're never gonna look at cranberry sauce the same way.
No, I'm not. I'm always gonna look at it as the guy in the corner.
Yeah. Creepy guy in the corner playing with himself.
It is. It's always that's my cranberry sauce.
Now when we see that guy at the club, we're gonna be like, cranberry sauce.
Oh my gosh. Okay. All right, guys. Till next time.
Take care.